Howdy ho, everybody. This is SaharaDrac of sclegacy.com, aka Danny. That's my name. I'm casting a game between E.G. Machine, fairly well known Zerg player from Idra's team Evil Geniuses, I believe Tasteless also. I don't know how much he plays, but he's on it. And he's going to play against Duckload Raw, the famous old Protoss player. And Duckload, he's better known as White Raw. Duckload is his sponsor. I have to assume that it's some sort of like Croatian concrete that they sell, and they like really want to. We get famous StarCraft player to hawk our concrete. Every American buys bags, imports bags of our Duckload concrete, just mixed with water. Yeah. So I got some stuff to talk about. As I fast forward a little bit, because this game is a little lengthy. I finally decided to go for it and do more than just VODs. I have a live stream channel. Actually, it's a Ustream channel. www.ustream.tv/channels/SaharaDrac, and I'll put a little thing scrolling across here, and I'll put it in the video information. That's www.ustream.tv/channels/SaharaDrac. So you can watch me live. Bad mannering players, losing TBTs over and over, just, talking, like, pretending I'm a ballerina, like, just, oh, after I make my factory, I'm going to do a pirouette, it's going to be beautiful, stuff like that, it's going to be great. I typically play in the later evenings, like 10 p.m. to about 4 a.m. U.S., like mountain time. Yeah, because I'm a mountain man. He's a little zealot harass. He's gonna try. He wants to take down the queen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think your Protoss zealot is gonna kill the queen. Oh my God, it's gonna kill the queen. Oh dear. Oh God. Oh God. Nah, you're fine. See, I had faith in Machine, and he showed me that faith was not misplaced. What else? Oh, I am casting on my live stream channel starting tomorrow. Well, actually, today, since I'm going to be uploading this tomorrow, I'm going to be casting the Russian Pro League. A lot of famous players in that, actually, a lot of really well-known Russian teams. I'm going to be doing the English version cast of that tomorrow, starting. Actually, no, not tomorrow. Tuesday, starting Tuesday morning. And there's a thread about it on Team Liquid. I'll put a link to that here too. But I'm going to be casting that all the way through the finals, so it should be like a month of me just casting this cool Russian tournament. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. Check out the stream; it'll all be on there. I'll probably do VODs from it too, since I'm sure there'll be an abundance of good games. But teams like White Raw's team, Raw, and EXG, and Brad O'K's team, Damaga, stuff like that. So it should be cool. That's going to be in a little bit in the later rounds, but it's set up like the Pro League in Korea with the teams, and they elect their players and the ace match and the whatnot. So it should be awesome. I really would like a co-caster. I'm not asking any of you to volunteer. No offense. But yeah, probably someone from the site or a friend of mine that I've cast with before as a practice sort of thing, but we'll have to see. It'll just be me to start. We'll see if we can't flesh that out a little bit more. Yeah, and so I haven't talked about this game at all, but that's because they both just fast expanded. Well, not really fast expanded. Zerg kind of fast expanded-ish, and Protoss is just two-basing it, just kind of poking at each other. Not a lot's been happening. He's getting the +1 upgrade finally, and Machine is just making roaches and flitting around with his speedlings. So you didn't miss anything while I was talking about myself. Get over it. Yeah, Robobay's going down. I don't know why they say going down. It's just vernacular that carried over in StarCraft. Really, going down should be like a negative thing, like it's getting killed. It should be going up. The building is being built. It's going up, but whatever. I digress. So there's a forge. Not chrono boosting the +1 at all, as far as I could tell. Chrono boosting things like this observer and whatnot. And chrono boosting his probes a lot, saving him most of that. Here comes a bunch of roaches. They are not upgraded. I don't think they have the speed either. Well, yeah, they're moving pretty swift. I think they do have the speed. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about Zerg. No. But he comes, spits one volley, and goes home. Nice shields, faggot. And then he just goes home. Yeah. And, you know. That's how roaches talk, by the way. Danny, what are you doing? It's 5 in the morning. Mom, I'm doing my StarCraft videos. Go away. Your dad died in the Civil War, so you could move this crap. Go make me some fucking ramen, Mom. Go away. Okay. That was my mom, everyone. Hope you liked her. And looks like Protoss is just going to move up here and secure his third. Aw, isn't that annoying? That's the most annoying thing in the world, right there. It's literally the stupidest. Oh, it's the most annoying thing you could ever do to another person. Like, and I'm talking about like when, like, even like if you were in a movie theater and you sat behind someone and just flicked their ear throughout the whole movie and there wasn't anything they could do about it, that would be less annoying than this Zergling buried in your third crap. Nuisance. So here's a group of hydrolisks. They should be called hydrolisks and be made of water, little water elementals. That would be cool, you guys. Zerg should have wizards. Those Zerg wizards with bug arms. Each bug arm holding a different staff. Cool. Yeah, but these are just about to be +2 Protoss, so they'll definitely win in a straight-up fight against an equally food-heavy Zerg army, unless, you know, depending on a number of factors, but he really needs to avoid all this conflict until +2 is finished. Okay, +2 is finished. Zerg's going to push in here. He would love to take down this pylon or forge and stuff, but they're fighting now. Guardian shield goes down. Roaches are doing a lot of damage, but the +2 from White Raw is pretty darn good. Decent little blink there. We're not seeing some crazy individual blinking like I'm sure White Raw is capable of, but that's okay. His +2 is actually doing a really good job in, you know, reinforcing with the warp gates. Actually, you know, he was outnumbered there a pretty decent amount, not a huge amount, but he pretty much evened up the fight just because of his upgrades. So that's something that Machine is now working on, finally getting his +1 ranged upgrade. If your main army is 2 ranged units, I mean it's a really good upgrade to get, you know. And he's getting corruptors as well, corruptors and a bunch of lings, because man, those lings are such good tanks. Like they just run in and surround everything, and like everything starts shooting the Zerglings, and before you can even do anything about it, like they've taken so much damage just while they were trying to shoot down Zerglings. It's really, really awesome for Zerg players. And here's this same army here, mostly Hydra now. And actually, these pure Hydra forces, I'm seeing more and more in my TVZs. They can be pretty devastating when used properly. So, Forge does get unpowered and then killed. Cannon did not go up in time, but I think White Raw is going to be just fine against this force. His upgrades are just so kick-ass right now. Yeah, man. And yeah, he's going to clean up that whole force right there with about like 10 stalkers left over, so pretty solid. And in the meantime, the money built up and he was able to bring in 6 more. He was like, wait a minute, I didn't make a zealot. And he shot that changeling right in the face. Right in the face. And my game hasn't been choppy or anything, which I'm quite happy about. I did some tweaks. I only have a dual core processor, so it could be a little tricky. Hopefully I've got the stream worked out to where it's not constantly crashing or looking really shitty. We'll see. I'll be testing it all week. It is a work in progress, so if you tune into the stream and it's not quite ideal. Make sure to let me know in the chat, and we will try and fix it. And by we, I mean me, because I have no friends. And I am a fat virgin StarCraft commentator. That's just the facts, Jack, man. And here comes this push here. A pure Stalker Force. Ooh, nice blink up. Gonna take out a lot of stuff here. Taking out the Hydra Den would be pretty nice. This is actually researching, so if you can take out both of these, that would also be pretty darn nice. He's gonna try and take these out. He needs to leave now. And that's exactly what it does. So halts the upgrade there. Actually pretty good little strike there. High Templar coming out for him. Very good call. Psystorm is positively ridiculous in this game. I think people didn't really realize it in the beta and stuff, how good of a spell it was, but man, it really is. Against all three races. Not really against other Protoss, but man, it's good against them Zergs and them Terrans. So he's going to need to just micro these Stalkers. He does not, I mean, this is a big force of homeboys here. That was like San Andreas. The end battle. So many homeboys. And now he's going for a more Zealot. Do they have charge? No, they don't. That would be a really useful upgrade. Zealot High Templar force while taking his 4th. In the meantime, Machine's 5th just finished. So economy, they got 99 problems, and economy is not one. Bitches are, though. No, not for White Raw. That dude gets so many bitches. Here comes the storms going down. The High Templar are getting a little exposed. But good storms going down on those Hydras. Hydras are pretty vulnerable to that spell. And I would really like to have seen him get this +3 upgrade like 5 minutes ago. He had the opportunity and he didn't do it till a little late. Because these +3 Stalkers would have been just raped even more than they just currently did. And they did. They did lay down some serious devastation there. So that was pretty good. Kadarian Amulet. That's when Psystorm gets really potent, is when that amulet finishes, man. Holy crap. They can just pump out Storm like nobody's business. Quite intimidating. And, yeah, just being really good with this Stalker Force. He's going to get vision up there and blink right up. Just being very irritating. Going to take out this 5th. And in the meantime, I thought Zerg was going to counter, but he is not. Did he get charge yet? I would love to see this dude get charge, especially since he can afford it. But, you know, what are you going to do, brother? What are you going to do when Blink Stalker Mania runs wild on you, brother? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But these Stalkers are actually getting themselves into kind of an unsavable position now. They might be, their lives are pretty much forfeit, but man, they got a lot of use out of those Stalkers, did White Raw. He manages to save, actually, 8 of them, so it wasn't as bad as it looked to me. Shows what I know, but he did lose quite a bit there. They got surrounded, and you know, he's just, this Stalker harass he's been doing has actually been really good. Been keeping Zerg back off the map, and that's always really nice if you're able to do that. Kadarian Amulet just finished, and hey, charge. Get it? Yeah, charge. That joke was so beneath me, but whatever. So yeah. Completely stopping the Zealots, the Stalkers, and just doing Zealot High Templar, and getting the level 2 armor now and the level 1 shields. Man, Protoss upgrades because they get 3. That's scary, but hold that thought, Artosis. Here's a big drop in the main of White Raw, and he is definitely caught a little bit out of position. And, just kind of plug up a little bit of this ramp. This Overlord did not drop his Hydralisk. He's taken out 2 gateways. It's not looking too bad right now, but he made a lot of Zealots, and Zealots aren't so hot against Roaches. There you go, he finally drops that stuff. And yeah, actually, this drop was pretty good. He did lose a lot of forces, but he's Zerg, so who cares? And, ooh, those Hydralisks should have focused those High Templar, that would have been good. But he wasn't watching. So he does clean this up. He didn't do a lot of damage, but it did take a while for White Raw to clean that up, and it definitely Definitely, what was I trying to think? I said definitely, and then I thought of Rain Man. And, it definitely was not a bad drop. It wasn't like much loss for Machine, considering he's on 6 bases now. Well, 5 mining bases. Actually, is this one mining? No, 4 mining bases, but... Speaking of 5 mining bases, I'm going to fast forward. Here comes a push. Ooh, and he catches these overlords. Arrgh! He really needs to drop this stuff. He is losing so much crap right now. That could spell doom. Doom for Machine. Doom. And Psystorm's going down. That was pretty devastating, actually. Neither player's taken their gold base, which I find interesting. Charge is so good, man. Charge is just one of those upgrades. And there's 5 Broodlords, 2 more being hatched. That's going to be a problem. Stalker's pretty decent against Broodlords as long as they have Blink, which they have for a while. And this Nexus got taken out by this small drop over here. I totally missed it. In the meantime, here comes a big push. Broodlords are going to come in. He needs to blink over exactly like that and focus down these Broodlords, and that's exactly what he's doing. In the meantime, Storms are doing pretty good damage over here, but Roach is reinforcing from the front, and he's not able to 3-2-1 contact, 3-2-1 upgrades for the Protoss, and no flyer upgrades, but +2 just shows the armor or something above ground, so I can see what his attack is. Alright, well, I'll wait, I guess. And upgrades are, yeah, 2/2 Zerg units, so still a little ahead in upgrades is White Raw, but it's so hard to fight a Zerg in a long game on this map. It's just, they just get free base after free base after free base, and it's just really hard to stop them on such a large map. So White Raw definitely having his work cut out for him. Despite he's been playing better overall this game. But just such a hard Zerg economy to stop. There's the Storms going down. Blanket Storms. Storm does not stack, but it is doing some pretty good damage. Ooh, here comes the Banelings. Ooh, Banelings all get popped by one Storm. That was good. An excellent Storm. Good micro here from White Raw, focusing down the Broodlords. Storms going down everywhere. Kadarian Amulet is just that nasty. And yeah, final Zerg upgrades happening here. +3 finally happening. He does get a Archon out, and he is able to stave that off thanks to the micro and the defender's advantage. But still, really good work from Protoss. He did lose his army, but he wiped out a Zerg force that's pretty formidable. He's getting the Colossi out, which is good for the Hydra, but against the Broodlords, not so much, and that's exactly what Machine's making more of right now. And we haven't had any like big 200 clashes, which are signs of 2 good players. I mean, they're getting the most out of their units. They're really maximizing what they have with these small commando groups. And I'm fast forwarding. Sue me. This game is long as hell. That's what happens on Metalopolis, I heard. White Raw finally trying to take his gold. Staving off this force for now. Here's 2 Overlords full of Banelings. Uh-oh. That's called the uh-oh blimps. Yeah. They spell bad news for any workers underneath their sexy green gaseous. Ooh, a couple cannons. Are they gonna drop? Are they gonna kill an Overlord? Ooh, takes out one. Yeah. Luckily for White Raw, he was not mining from that base very much. This would have been the one to drop on, and actually I think he could have done the drop here, and it's been pretty effective. Of course, White Raw's reaction time is pretty good, so who knows? But yeah, this base not being mined very heavily at all. How many workers are we at? 69 workers for White Raw, 81 for Machine, and you don't want to get much more than 80 workers, otherwise you're not going to have much left for a potent army. You'll be able to rebuild it really quick though, but I would not recommend more workers than that. I guess the absolute most to ever get would be 100, but if you have 100 workers, you should go win the game, otherwise you might be in trouble. When some guy with 50 workers and 150 food of siege tanks comes and kills you. But that's very general speaking. Specific situations are create different needs for a player. And just getting his gold mined here and trying to rebuild. Here comes the Broodlords. This is a very tough spot for Broodlords to be shooting from because the Stalkers can't shoot them. There's the Baneling bombs. Colossi make a quick word of the Broodlings, thankfully. But yeah, like I said, very hard to take care of these Broodlords from if they're firing from here. There's the Blind Storm whiffing completely, unless you have Phoenixes or Vikings or something. Ideally, you would have Vikings, but unfortunately, you're Protoss, and here comes a huge Zerg army at your last gold expansion. Lots of storms going down though, and the Colossi are really laying down the damage. Zerg is just not able to get up this ramp at all. 2 Corruptors, not enough. And he is going to take out this last Broodlord. He needs to take care of these Corruptors though. They have been firing freely. There's a bunch of Stalkers. Use those Stalkers, buddy. There you go. And very nice defense there from White-Raw. Machine should have kept his Broodlords right here. They were just... That was the money spot for those guys, but... Like, if he had kept the Broodlords here firing and then used the rest of his force up the ramp like that, might have been pretty good. So here comes the counter. None of the Colossi die, so you definitely got to exploit that and kill yourself some drones. That's exactly what he's doing. Needs to back the Colossi out of the way of the Roaches. Yeah, the Roaches can't get in. These Colossi, these +1 Colossi are just doing some devastating damage out. +2 shields down. Jeez. I mean, I don't see Colossi this upgraded too often, and they are laying down the law, man. Holy crap. And, bunch of storms going down. Good reaction time on the Templar. Might want to get these Colossi up the cliff so they can exploit their range. Yeah, the Roaches are going to take this out. There you go. I wish you had done that a little while ago. And yeah, the Colossi are pretty much screwed. But they did take out Zerg's gold. Take a look at the income tab. Yeah, White-Raw is ahead in the income now thanks to his sexy gold expansion, but that expansion might be in peril. Warping in a lot of High Templar and that Khadarian Amulet, man, I tell you what. Boy, howdy. That is a powerful upgrade. You can just instantly defend with Storm whenever you need it. Well, not whenever if you can afford it, but, you know, this many bases, it shouldn't be too tough. Making more Broodlords. Sniping down the Overlord. Very nice move. 113 food versus 189 right now for machines, so that's kind of bad news. Income still ahead for White-Raw though, so he's hopefully going to be able to reinforce this back up to a nice food level. There's a lot of Broodlords firing now though. They don't have any attack upgrades, so at least that's the silver lining for White-Raw, but yeah, he I mean, it's so hard against Zerg to, like, you think, okay, I'm going to push, I'm going to take this base, you know, I'm going to kill this guy's gold expansion, and you stay there just a little bit too long, you know, and suddenly your army gets wiped out, and Zerg's able to reinforce just so crazily fast. And then you're back in a situation like this, but it looks like actually, damn, man, looks like White-Raw might hold, I don't know, that's a lot of Roaches. And they are going to, yeah, they're starting to focus down the Colossi pretty hard. Yep, White-Raw is not going to be able to hold this. Man, that was a good game. Just stayed here a little bit too long with those forces and lost those 4 Colossi, and yeah, that's unfortunate. And there goes down the base. So now Pink Machine way ahead in the income now. And yeah, I'm just fast forwarding because these 4 Stalkers, as valiant and brave as they are not going to stop this Zerg onslaught now that it's rolling. Zerg is very, like, once that Zerg army gets momentum, it's so hard to stop. Oh yeah, See GG? There it is, right when I said it. And yeah, that was a GG. Glad I cast that one. Hope you guys liked it. It's been SaharaDrac, sclegacy.com. Check out the stream. Check out the Russian Language Pro League starting Tuesday. Awesome. Bye.